Welcome to Thumbs Up Grid. I'm going to do a review of the Alps Mountaineering utility tarp as a structure or a tarp to sleep under tonight. Let's get into it. So this is a 10 by 10. It's got multiple loops all the way around it. We just used it last night, slept in it, works pretty good. I used it in a single pole configuration last night. Tonight I want to use a 2-pole configuration. So the first thing I'm going to do is stake it out a little bit. So I'm opening it out to its 10 by 10 configuration. And I picked this area here that has a lot of leaves in it. I don't want to be in a sandy area over there. All right. The tarp, so to speak, it comes with 4 stakes and a couple ropes. So I'm going to put a couple of these stakes in the corners right here. I'm going to imagine the height at which I want this to be. So I have an idea of where I want to put the other one. All right. I'll go ahead and stick that in. I'm going to grab the first hiking stick. Go ahead and loosen it some. Wow, look at that. I have a rope on both ends. That'll help. Now, with the ropes that you have, maybe I can untie this without it getting too crazy. Getting your 2 tent poles tight, that's what's going to help it keep bowing in the middle and help it maintain its shape. But what I do find interesting is they give you 4 stakes. I'm just going to put 2 half hitches up here on the top. So that's 1 in, 1 out with 2 half hitches. And here, this is not a knot that we need to adjust like at a tent stick. wrong. Just gonna fix that right quick. But I'm hoping that once we get this really tight, we'll be in a good spot. I do think that if you were seriously going to take this on some other types of trips, that I would add a few more stakes to the mix. But this is with 4 stakes and some improvised stakes that we'll make out of wood sticks. And then we'll go back and tighten some of this up again. But tarps are good shelters to use in the summertime when you want to cut back on weight, you don't want to carry as much, etc. Come back in here, make sure pull tight here, pull tight there. I may boost the height of this just a little bit. That may help as well. There we go. And then check this to make sure it's getting tight over here. I think it's gonna, if you had more stakes, and I'll make some more stakes with some sticks, try to help, because the more we have to distribute, the better. So we grab a couple more sticks. And it'll help the tautness of it as well, if we have some more sticks to distribute. You can sit here and you can whittle on sticks too. And there's a couple extra ropes that come with it. Don't forget small ropes that come with it. Probably run one of those ropes inside from stake to stake will help too. You can see how this is helping get this more taut. As we're adding these extra ones in here. But any of these sticks that you would use when you're out on the trail, definitely cut down on what you're having to carry in your backpack. Because it becomes a weight game. What you need to shave weight. And, you know, we are dealing with right here. tarp is a little bit dirty on top because I used part of the tarp at the bottom yesterday. You see how this is starting to shape up now? A lot better. Heavy winds about to come through. See how it holds up now. It's got 4 stakes in it. Got 1 stake on that other side. Definitely see how I probably offset height I put into it really mess with it. So now if I'm able to pull more slack out of it, that helps. But at the same time, just the thing is patience. So all the sides are tight. Not bad. Alright, let's come over here and take a look at the inside. I'm going to take one of those ropes and I'm going to run it down the middle and see if I can't take some of that out. Actually have it really tight. I think that does help some. Yep, that definitely helps some. Just to come and do that. Plus, it gets both of these tip stake or whatever you want to call tip holes. Brings them together. Now they're connected. One gets pulled. They're pulling on each other. You can put taut line hitch in here to pull the slack out of it. There you go. I like that a lot better. Time that rope down the center of it. Now it's super taut through here, super taut on the sides, etc., etc. I think that would shed rain pretty well. Now, obviously, next phase is we'll roll our ground mat up in there. If you had a second tarp, or if you were worried with that, you'd roll another tarp. This is why I picked this area that wasn't standing, so I wouldn't need another tarp. I have all these leaves over here, so I can just roll my ground pad out within here. And self-inflating to a degree. Notice when I went to set this up, the wind was cutting through here. This is why we set up like this. So for now, the wind can go straight through. Later on, the wind will die down by 5. It's about 3 right now. I never go all the way full on these, or else it will feel like there's too much air in here and you're rolling on and off. The other thing is, this is a backpacking trip. So I picked one of my smaller mats. This thing is probably less than shoulder width. So you'll probably find sometimes you guys sleep on your side to still feel like you're on the pad. So that's just note to self, something to remember. Here's the spare rope that came with it. I'm gonna stick it over here on the side. That was my original Thermarest bag for my self-inflating mat from back in the day. I still use my Sea to Summit bags. Put my sleeping bags in to try to compress them down so they fit into a backpack, or you could tie them to the bottom of a backpack, whatever. Remember, you're still trying to get center of gravity about halfway when you have your backpack packed. So I was using my Gore-Tex bivy with as an outer shell for my sleeping bag last night, which worked really well. Tonight it'll be about 29 degrees. It'll work well for me tonight as well. So this is one of my traditional 0 degree bags, not an ECW, because ECW bag, extreme cold weather bag, would be too heavy. This is my inflatable pillow that I have. Alright, you adjust how you want to feel. The idea is your head kind of fits in this little envelope that it makes right here. It feels pretty comfortable when doing so. But when I sleep in the Gore-Tex bivy, when it's wrapped around my sleeping bag like this, a lot of times I get in here and I'm positioned like this, and I go right over like that, and I sleep all night with the Gore-Tex over my head. It takes some getting used to. I wasn't used to it at first, but after doing it a couple times, you keep a warmth inside of that bag big time, big time. So all your heat's not escaping out. And sometimes I don't even use anything. This would just be like a trip like this. If you're afraid there might be some rain or some dew point, you could always check to see if you're going to reach dew point over the night. So whether or not you need something like this, sometimes I just use the Gore-Tex bivy and I sleep straight up in that. I think that's probably about it. For this camping trip, we did use a lot of jet boils for this trip. So we brought 4 jet boils for the boys to use, cook all their meals. These are a couple of them right here. And I used the Ace 50 bag, which was Osprey, was a manufacturer on that. So if you have any questions about anything, just wanted to show this really simple setup for this, and appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see y'all.